If you run in the circle of nudists, you might have heard of the famous clothing optional Orient Beach in French St. Martin. But have you ever heard of its little cousin, Happy Bay Beach? It's not as well known as Orient, but the big question remains, is it worth the trip? Join me as we take a look and see. Happy Bay Beach in St. Martin is one of those places that sounds like a dream come true, for those that love the sun, sand, and freedom. This beautiful beach is known for being a clothing optional spot, attracting visitors from all over the world and who are looking for a unique beach experience. As I explore this stunning beach, I'll be sharing with you what makes it so special. The first thing we need to discuss is how to get there. It is not anywhere nearly as accessible as Orient Beach. There are a couple of ways to get there. The northern route is supposedly shorter and much less difficult, but it requires the bypassing of a no trespassing sign and going around a security gate. I myself was not real comfortable doing that, so I took the longer, little more arduous route. This path starts by you parking at Friars Beach. That's on the northwest coast of St. Martin. There you have a choice of either a quick walk up Friars Beach, or you can meander your car up a little dirt road, kind of rutted and all, to park in the northern car lot. That's over by the Stinky Lagoon. Friars is a textile beach, but it's nice in its own right. There are places to eat and drink here, so you can top up, before you set out, or you can refill, on your return trip. The best landmark I can give is past the northern edge of Friars Beach, and there's a huge old dead tree. These gray limbs kind of point as a marker to the entrance of the trailhead, almost like a horror movie, but it's not. I use the term trail very literally here, as this can be a very trying trip. So if you're not comfortable with unstable footing or a steep trail or have physical issues, I would recommend you take your chances with the northern route, through the security gate. With that said, the trail was very well used, not at all hard to see, interesting and scenic. The hike reminded me so much of my youth roaming through the Wichita Mountains in Oklahoma, but with a lot less bison. The trail meanders back and forth and has several spots where you have an amazing view of the ocean. Be careful though when you're marching this trail that just off to the edges you can find cacti as well as real thorny bushes. The trail climbs, sometimes fairly steeply to the top of the hill, then starts to descend down the other side, and that gets you toward the beach. Once you start heading down, you're getting close. Then suddenly you see sand in the distance and the trail opens up on Happy Bay Beach. As you step onto Happy Bay Beach, you're immediately greeted by its stunning scenery. The clear blue waters, powdery white sand, and lush green hills create a picturesque landscape. It's hard to find anywhere else. There are a number of trees and large rock formations to break up the beach and to provide shade if you can get them. The atmosphere here is incredibly welcoming. People from all walks of life come to enjoy the freedom and the beauty of this special place. And for nudists, Happy Bay Beach offers more than just a place to sunbathe. It's a community where they can be themselves without fear of judgment. The day I was there were only about a dozen people present, so you have a lot of room to set up away from the other folks if that's your thing. There were a number of boats at anchor just offshore, with people either swimming out there close to their rides or making their trip into the beach. There was a good cross-section of ages, but it seemed like it leaned toward the younger set. I guess it's the ruggedness of the approach limiting the older guests. I don't know. Many visitors have shared their experiences of finding a sense of liberation and peace at Happy Bay Beach. Being in a setting where societal expectations are shed along with the clothes can be incredibly freeing. It's a chance to see the world and oneself differently. The beach's laid-back vibe and the friendly crowd make it easy for people to relax and enjoy their time. The beach itself was soft sand and, unlike Orient Beach, didn't seem to be troubled by the seaweed that kind of washed up and piled up right there on the beach. The ocean bottom was very sandy and wavy, very, very comfortable on the feet. Didn't seem to have a lot of structures like rocks or grass in the swimming area. I did see a couple of fish lazing by, but nothing else really worth noting. While standing waist deep in the warm water on the soft sandy bottom, I talked to an older couple that were frequent visitors who shared their thoughts on what makes Happy Bay Beach so special. They were from New Hampshire, and they let me know that they make the trip every year. It's their way of kind of thawing out from that northeastern chill. They mentioned how the beach's clothing optional policy wasn't just about nudity, it was about the sense of community and the freedom that came with it. They described the beach as a place where everyone feels equal regardless of age, background, or physique. And yes, the friendly and relaxing atmosphere makes it easy for visitors to feel at home. It's not uncommon to see people engaging in conversations, playing games, or simply enjoying the peace and quiet together. Be aware that this beach offers no amenities. There is no place to get water, and there are no bathrooms. You are truly on your own here, so make sure that you bring enough to get through. There used to be a small restaurant just off the beach, but it was ravaged by a hurricane quite a few years back, and it stands there as a broken monument to the destruction of that storm. Also of note is this beach gets much busier on the weekends, and depending on the mix of attendees at any particular time on the weekend, might suspend its clothing optional status as families kind of come and take it over. I had the good fortune of visiting the beach on a Sunday as part of a boat trip, and it was still apparently clothing optional at that time. I would say a good rule of thumb is to look around, kind of view the group there and see how many people are actually going, au naturist. The breathtaking views at Happy Bay Beach are something else. Happy Bay Beach can also give you something you can't get at Orient Beach, and that's a stunning view of the sunset on the ocean. Watching the sunset over the ocean with the silhouette of people enjoying the beach would be a sight to behold, truly. I was told that sunsets are for people that don't like to get up early to see the sunrise. And it's moments like these that capture the essence of what it means to experience Happy Bay Beach. Unfortunately though, I wimped out and I chose to head back while it was still daylight enough that you could see the trail clearly. I did not relish the trip back in the dark, even with the cost of not seeing that beautiful sunset. There's often a lot of curiosity and misunderstanding about nudism. Some people think it's all about hedonism or exhibitionism, and that's not necessarily true. Many people find that nudism is about freedom and a way to connect with nature and themselves. It's a lifestyle choice that allows people to feel comfortable in their own skin, and you avoid all those pesky tan lines. Places like Happy Bay Beach offer a welcoming and non-judgmental environment. Visitors can enjoy the beach without the pressures of societal norms. In summary, Happy Bay Beach offers a unique and liberating experience for those looking to enjoy a nudist beach. So was the hike worth it? Yes, indeed it was. The journey was half the adventure. If you're curious about nudism or have had experience at clothing optional beaches, I'd love to hear about them in the comments. And if you like the content of this channel, I would love to invite you to like and subscribe. It's totally free for you, helps the channel greatly. So if you're looking for a nude destination that's a bit more private and off the beaten path, take a look at Happy Bay Beach in St. Martin. I think you're going to decide it was worth the walk. And don't forget to check out my other videos about liberating travel destinations, and let's explore the world together. Oh, and don't forget the sunscreen.